A lot of what happens in fighting is relatable to life. Nothing teaches you about life more than being punched or kicked in the face. Hello, I am Robert Davis. I am an associate professor in English linguistics and language technology. I am from America and I have a PhD in educational technology. My research focuses on virtual humans and the nonverbal communication that humans perceive from the virtual humans in computer applications. So I'll be looking at how we react to nonverbal cues such as gestures or facial expressions, also voice, like prosody of voice, and I investigate how these nonverbal cues actually help us learn or how we perceive them to anthropomorphize the agents within the applications. So a lot of what I do in the department is I teach research writing for students to learn how to publish journal articles if they choose to do so when they go through graduate school. But also I teach critical reading and writing, which I make the focus more on critical thinking skills with some writing added in, and presentations. Sometimes I have debate classes. So I do a lot of different things within the department.
So why do you think the majority of people are failing in their effort to become who they want to become?
Actually, I wouldn't say a majority of people. I don't know if we can say a majority of people. But there's a lot of reasons why we don't achieve the things that we want to achieve. I think sometimes as we grow older and we get more experiences, our realization of what we can achieve changes, because I think a lot of times we have, like when I was younger, I had this grandiose idea that I could be a safety for the Cincinnati Bengals, but actually time came on and I realized I didn't have the skills or the size or the speed, so I think for a lot of people, just maturing and everything changes their dreams. But also there's other aspects to why people don't achieve their dreams, and some of it's because of their childhood, whether it's their parents, whether it's somebody that people that they interacted with, or maybe it's themselves, right? Sometimes people they have a dream, but they're not disciplined enough to achieve the dream. Sometimes they have a dream and they underestimate what it's going to take to get there, or they underestimate the skills that are needed. And I think sometimes, your parents can be involved in that too. Your parents can tell you all kinds of things like, oh, you can do anything you want, whatever you want to do, just put your mind to it. And it's like, yeah, that sounds great, but that's not the reality. That's not the reality of life. You can't just put your mind to something and be able to achieve it. It doesn't happen that way, right? There's, in life, things go well and things go bad, right? There's like roller coasters, and in life, you got to train yourself to handle situations. And it's very much like fighting. People think that it's a physical sport, and it is. It's somewhat physical, but if anybody that has really trained fighting at a high level, they'll tell you that it's probably 80% mental. So what everybody sees that doesn't participate in it, or maybe you go to the gym and you train, you see it as a physical endeavor, but when you actually climb into the ring and you're facing off with somebody, it's right then you realize how mental the whole sport really is. And I've trained with world champion fighters, country champion fighters. I've been managed by both world champions and country champions. And I can tell you that when you get in the ring with a world champion, I've had this experience where I was sparring against Maurice Travis, who's a world champion Muay Thai fighter. And we were going at it. And at some point I started thinking to myself, what is he doing? Like, really, he's playing mind games with me. And I was like, what is he doing? What's he trying to do? And then it wasn't very long after that, I started thinking to myself, well, what am I doing, right? What am I trying to do? And he got me to that point about trying to thinking too much. He got inside my head, and he took advantage of that. And so, like, when you're actually fighting in the ring, you'll have all these emotions. You'll have, you got to be very aware of what you're doing and what everybody else is doing. And it's very much like life, right? And so I noticed I've had experiences in the ring where I was dominating somebody. I was like busting their face all open, and the crowd, you got like 1,000, 2,000 people there. They're just screaming, and you can hear them hollering. I mean, as you hit somebody, and what ends up happening is you get this rush of energy, and it makes you want to hit them more. And it makes you want to go after them harder because they're egging you on. But you also realize that you got to control that energy, because if you get too amped, you get too hyped, it can actually cause you to put yourself in a bad situation. And all it takes is somebody throw a lucky punch and you can get knocked out. So you've got to stay disciplined. And it's very much like that in life too. When things are going well, you got to still stay calm inside your head. You got to still stay disciplined.